I'm Ylaysia and welcome to my video. Today I wanted to talk a little about what I'm doing and why I feel like I have the ability to do it. I wanted to start an advice column, and originally I was going to do a written form, like kind of on a blog, and have a Dropbox where you guys could put in your situations or questions, and then I would respond in it in like paragraph form or something. But I realized the problem with that is I can get pretty lengthy with my words, especially if I'm writing. And I figured like it's better if you guys like hear my voice and you hear how I'm saying it and what I'm saying, so that you guys can better understand like what I'm trying to recommend or suggest or basically state to you guys. I wanted to kind of explain like why I felt like I have the ability to even give advice or listen to people's problems in the first place, because I feel like not just anyone can do that. Not just anyone has the ability to listen and understand and internalize someone else's problems and give appropriate responses that may help them or guide them without it letting them destroy themselves, if that makes sense. I was always that friend that people came to for advice or like a general support system. And for a while it really weighed on me because I feel like I'm such an empath and I'm very sensitive and I'm very receptive to everything around me, whether it's energies, people's feelings, or just like body language and people's facial expressions, the way they're saying, like I will receive all of that. And I don't know how to explain it. Like I literally feel people. That's just helped me be a good friend to people, I think, and a good person in people's lives, because I can understand them, because I can put myself in their place and understand their way of thinking, their way of being. That's a lot, and I'm probably overhyping myself really, but I like to think that I can get into people's heads. So I can get into people's heads, but that can weigh down on me, as I was saying, because like it's a lot, and I felt like I didn't always have someone to lean on, and it took me a long time. I didn't start being comfortable and loving myself and being my own support system until a couple months ago. But I feel amazing. This is the best point of my life, and so I'm ready to like take what I've learned along my many fuck ups and kind of spread them out and help you help yourself, I guess. Okay, so I sent the link to my Dropbox and I had you guys put some stuff in there, and since this is just an intro video, I just want to do a couple. The first question is, I just got out of a long-term relationship lasting about 4 years steady. I'm now seeing this other guy and I keep comparing him to my ex. I don't know if I really like him or if this is a rebound. Me and my ex broke up about 3 months ago. Any advice? 4 years is a long time, and a long time to spend with another human being, like you're growing together. That's a long time. So you want to make sure that right now that you are focusing on rebuilding what it is to be an independent self. It may be a concern because you guys were together so long that you may just be with this new guy just because you miss like having someone. Since that's kind of unclear, I think that you should probably take it slow with this guy, or at least let him know that you're still a little hesitant, because at this point you don't really know your intentions. You don't know if you just want to be entertaining him until like you're satisfied or whatever, or if you want this to be a real thing. I just say take your time, breathe, figure out yourself, take time to yourself, because you just spent like 365 times 4 days with another human being. Like, girl, that's a lot. Next question says, I am the biggest girl in my social circle of friends. Everyone around me is smaller and more petite. I'm starting to become more self-conscious because they also dress better. Help. Luckily, all humans are shaped, colored, built differently, babe. Like, we're all amazingly, beautifully different. I know like it's hard because society has this norm of what young women are supposed to look like, but fuck that. Honestly, we're beautiful and we're different, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I relate to this, and I can understand how you're feeling, because in earlier years in high school I had a group of friends that were all super thin, and I was average weight, but to be around that all the time, made me build up like a self-conscious mentality, and I was really insecure, and I actually built up an eating disorder, and it was really a toxic time of my life. And I don't want anyone to ever like get to that point, because I look back now and I realize I was hanging out with skinny white girls. I'm black. I am I'm gonna have curves and body, you know, and I can't make myself smaller because my body will never look like theirs, you know, because we're two different types of builds. All that to say, like, if you feel like it's getting to unhealthy amount of thoughts and you're scared that you may start doing things to lose weight unhealthily and fast, like binging and purging, or, you know, just not eating, or any crazy diet schemes or overworking out, anything like that, you should definitely reach out to a friend, family member, or even someone at your school. You could talk to a therapist. That's all confidential. Or even a doctor. If you go out to a regular doctor, when they ask you, like, are you eating regularly, that you could slip it in then, you know, and they'll give you resources to talk to professional help. I'm going to put a link to the eating disorder national website. I wish you luck, girl, and I wish you the self-confidence and self-love that you will gain soon. This one says, I want to control how much weed I smoke, but it's so hard because I'm literally always surrounded by it. Any advice? Baby, weed, I think weed can be a great tool for creativity, helping with anxiety, depression, helping people sleep, you know, and fun, you know, but it also can hinder people's progress, or it can hinder what people actually have the ability to do. Maybe that's your problem, I'm not sure, you didn't specify, but regardless, you need to slow your intake of marijuana, I guess. One thing you can do is find a habit that directly replaces smoking. Like, you could, you know, drink water every time you want to smoke a blunt, or instead of spending money on weed, you could go donate it somewhere, or buy something that you've been saving for, or, you know, bigger high priorities. If your people want to smoke together and that's just a thing that you do when you're together, maybe suggest something else, like, hey, you know what, like, let's go to a park, or, you know, let's go watch a movie together, or something like that. I have gone through a cycle where that was all I did, and that was all anyone around me did, and it wasn't a bad thing because I don't think weed is necessarily a bad thing, but it did get to a point where I was hindering myself. I was using weed to hinder my progress in my life and things like that. So I had to put myself in check, and it was kind of like, once you're aware that you have a problem, and that's good that you're seeing that you want to take that step, be self-aware of your intake and figure out how to balance that and still being with your friends. The last one says, how do I become more confident like you? Love that, by the way. That question made me really happy. It's funny because if you've ever met me in real life, I'm a pretty awkward and weird person. I have had a lot of like ups and downs with my mental stability. My life has gone through a lot, and so my self-esteem wasn't always high. So I wouldn't really see myself as a beautiful individual, that I would compare myself to other people, and I would, you know, just put myself down all the time. Like, that was the thing that a lot of my friends always told me, is they didn't like how I couldn't just accept positive things, or I couldn't accept positive compliments because I didn't see that in myself, and I didn't think I deserved good things. So I would, you know, always pick out the bad in it, and I don't know, whatever. I became confident with time, with love for myself, with, you know, space from human beings, with patience, with writing. It was really one day when me and my friend Linda were watching a sunrise that it really kind of hit me that I was living so wrong. It was literally the most overwhelming wave of, wait, like, you could be living so differently. I started, like, kind of faking it till I make it at first, you know, like, I would tell myself I was pretty even if I didn't think so. And it became like, I would tell myself I was that bitch, that I became that bitch. Like, I don't know, I could be lying to myself, but hey, at least I think it, you know? I don't really give a fuck what anyone else thinks about me, and I think that's another thing. I used to be really self-conscious about what other people would say or think. I was living like so sheltered, like that. I was sheltering myself from experiences just because of how self-conscious I was. I started meditating a lot. That also started helping me. I have like a bunch of precision gyms that kind of gives me like confidence in the middle. Also, like, I talk to myself a lot. I've read that in a lot of places, that like talking to yourself out loud is like a really good tool for, you know, learning how to be more aggressive and dominant and self-confident. And it is so true. Like, when I tell you, I'll literally just talk to myself, or like I'll have discussions in my head and then I'll say something out loud, and that thing that I say out loud is the most like powerful statement. I'll say affirmations to myself of like, girl, you're beautiful. I literally, like, I have something on my wall that says, smile, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're worth it. And I don't know. I hype myself up, and that makes me confident, because especially since I don't care about what anyone else says. So if I think I'm amazing, I'm fucking amazing. Like, that was all the questions that I have for today. Giving you guys the link to the Dropbox and the link to my Twitter so you can see more of the stuff that I say, because I say a lot of shit. Be happy, smile, love someone.